Okay, next on the agenda is the NECOG revaluation program discussion and approval. To give you a little bit of history, this goes back to, and I didn't give you the special town meeting that was held June 16th of 2010. This has to do with the revaluation, partnering with NECOG, and at that time it was 12 towns if I remember, and it's up to 16 now. And what they do is they go out as the whole group with the schedule, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 towns are involved. And they go out and bid the contract and get a guarantee for 5 years on base. So they went out and renegotiated the contract for $26 per inspection of properties, and we have 5,913 properties that we do, and we do for year 19. So this is something that we've been doing for the past 5 years, and that amount of money that is put aside is $30,747.60 over the course of 5 years in order to pay for the reevaluation. And estimated cost is going to be in the neighborhood of around $36 per parcel, figuring with cost of inflation and everything if we were to go out and bid in 2019. So it was approved at town meeting that this was a way of saving money, and it is a continuation. All it takes is a vote of the board to continue with the savings, and they're estimating roughly $10 per parcel over the course of the 5 years. So you're looking at around $60,000 in savings at today's prices. So the only thing that we do have to do is budget accordingly for the next 5 years, and we will do that through our budget process. Go ahead.
A couple questions. Was 26, now it's gonna be 36 bucks per?
No, it will be 26. They estimate it to be at 19 cost around $36 in 2019.
It will be,
Right.
oh, okay.
They estimated with cost of inflation and going out as a single bid
I misheard.
around that amount of money. Okay. So I did verify that the language back in there allows us to, it was resolved that we would enter into this, and the Board of Selectmen would just vote to continue with it.
The resolution in 2010, as I read it, be happy to be corrected, looks like it was for that 5-year period, as opposed to in perpetuity.
Well, the resolution says to enter into a regional evaluation contract for the performance and revaluation of taxable property.
Yep.
There is no expiration term on the resolution that allows us to do it. Then there was the
All the
discussion,
for the 5 years.
because it was initially for 5 years.
Gotcha, yeah.
And then after it says, after 5 years, we could go out again and bid again over a 5-year period, which is what NECOG has done.
Right.
Okay, in order to save the town money. I've spoken with the assessor, she's on board with this, it is a definite savings.
I don't have that, I just want to make sure that we
And-
have the ability to do that.
Yes, and I did verify that based on the language with the town attorney. And he said just bring it to a selectmen's meeting and vote as a board to continue with it.
And yet, his reading of this is that we have the ability to do that.
That's
All
correct.
right.
The only thing that we have to do in the budget season is the budget for this. So, I'll make a motion that we enter into contract with NECOG to continue with the regional revaluation contract. Any discussion?
No further discussion from me.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. Okay, which brings us to the executive assistant discussion and appointment. As everybody knows, we had gone out for executive assistant to fill a vacancy in the selectman's office. The the interview committee met, we did select a candidate. I was authorized to offer the position to the candidate. Candidate has accepted. It's to come back to the meeting to be formally voted on, and I would like to make a motion that we, based on the recommendation of the hiring committee, that we hire Marie C. Mongeau as the executive assistant, effective, at tonight's meeting on, today's February 2nd, Groundhog's Day. So I need a second.
Second.
Discussion?
Has the candidate, signed all of the necessary paperwork?
Candidate will sign.
Okay.
It's been agreed upon.
Okay.
And it will be within our budget, as we have for the fiscal year.
Okay.
So we're good to go. All in favor? Aye. So I will, and she will be starting in the, just to let everybody know, she is she's been with us for 14 years.
Yep.
She currently works across the hall in the recreation department, and we will be moving her up into the executive, and there will be currently in this week's Shopper's Guide, filling of the vacancy that was part-time in the recreation will be in the Shopper's Guide, and applications will be taken on that. Thank you. Okay, one appointment that was omitted and dated February 2nd, 2016, appointment Mary Preston is hereby reappointed to serve as fire police for Community Fire Department for the town of Thompson, term to expire November 21st, 2017. It's Board of Selectmen, Ken Bosley, Seamus Smith, and Steve Herbert. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Any discussion? Just to let you know, it was missed or omitted by the chief of community, and let us know that he missed naming this person when we did it previously, so.
Not about this particular appointment, but in general, these are unpaid positions.
That is correct.
Is there a cost in terms of workers' comp or issues like that that we?
They are covered under the VFIS insurance policy that the town pays for all 5 departments, as well as workman comp and everything that the town does pick up.
So is there a cost per person, or is it just you pay when?
It's
when
based
is it-
on
is it-
total,
or-
based on total number of people per each department.
So it's based on a number appointed as opposed to just.
Well, no, that includes the firemen and everything.
I understand, so it's
Okay.
based on number of appointments?
Appointment or actual members of the fire department. So each fire department's allowed to carry, in the past, 45 members per department.
So there is a cost for this,
Oh, yes, the town has been paying that for
for this particular appointment?
all of
Nothing
these,
against
all of these, yes.
Do you have a rough idea of what it might cost for?
I don't know, I'd have to,
Is it
we can discuss
$10
that.
or is it $1,000?
I have no idea, I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
We can discuss that during the budget season.
Okay,
I would think that, or the finance director probably gives a better handle on
Yeah.
exactly what the cost is.
Because normally, workers' comp is sort of a factor of pay, as opposed to just a position, that's why I asked. And it's not paid anything, that's why,
Yeah, they're not
you know,
making it.
right, that's sort of my question.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Road updates, there isn't anything, because we're not currently doing anything, other than very actively trying to keep up with potholes, and they are just growing by leaps and bounds. So if anybody sees a pothole or whatever, get it to us so we can get, because they do creep up, and between frost and everything, let us know, and we'll get, make a notation to get them out there. So, if Jim, if you can give me that after the meeting, I'll relay that to them. Anybody have any other business?
I do think the citizens have made some very legitimate comments and questions, I guess, about the Star Trail Road, whatever you want to call it. And they're basically been asking for an answer. And I know you've talked to our attorney, and he provides at least some input. And I do think they deserve an answer other than us sitting quietly here. I know we have to be very cautious about what we say. And suspect that we are going to be, or we may be involved in a lawsuit, so again, we have to be doubly careful. But I do hear them, I do think they want an answer, I do think they deserve an answer, I do think we need to respond to their question about the driveway thing. Both parties have to, both want an answer, I suspect. So I do think that they do, that they need a response, one way or the other, whichever it is. So I think I hear the audience, and it's a fair question. Whichever way the answer is, I do think they deserve an answer, whatever that answer is. And again, I recognize that there may be litigation involved. Our own attorney, even though he makes a comment at the end, he also says only a court can decide. So, I understand what we're facing here, and it's not an easy call, but at the end of the day, we have to make a decision one way or the other, whatever we're gonna do. So let's do it and move on.
Thank you. Okay, tax refunds. Oh, sorry. Nice try. I thought we were all talked up.
Why do you think they're still here?
Kevin, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Kevin Walsh, Lane Road. Getting back to, the NECOG evaluation program discussion, and it looks like you guys are going with it. Now, the question I have is this: is it the NECOG structure, are they the ones that determine what company is gonna be doing the evaluations and the software, so on and so forth? Or do the towns have input in regards to who they go with? I mean, and is it all collective going with the same company, or does the town have options to?
No, in this particular one, this was all done leading up to prior to the administration change.
Okay,
All
so,
right. Previous it was Tyler that had the contract,
yes,
okay? This time it is Vision that was awarded, will be awarded the contract in the contract language. From our assessor, it's a home run. She
Yeah.
works with Vision, she's very happy with Vision, they do an excellent job, and that's who she would wanna go with.
okay, so the towns can make
And it was discussed previous to the November election, when this was all in process.
because at one time we did have Vision, then went to Tyler,
Back to,
and I've heard all kinds of negative comments, complaints about the Tyler
yeah,
situation.
and they've gone back to Vision.
Okay, great, okay, thank you on that one.
But that is clearly spelled out.
Pardon me?
It's clearly spelled out in the contract,
Okay,
that it
great,
is Vision.
okay. And the following item on the agenda, the executive assistant, discussion and hiring, someone new. At one time, there was all kinds of hullabaloo in regards to, is this gonna be a full-time, part-time, shared time, job title, blended in with human resources, et cetera, et cetera. Even if there was even a line item in the budget for whatever structural changes and setups your office was going to undertake. Has that situation been taken care of?
The line item is a full 40-hour executive assistant
Okay, and,
that does handle some HR duties.
and who would be handling the other sum of HR duties?
That would be the board, and it would be the chief executive, which is myself.
Okay, all right.
Most of what we do over there is record keeping of the HR stuff.
Okay.
If there's any discipline or something along those lines, that goes through the, the first selectman and town attorney for labor, depending on the nature of
Okay.
all of that and so forth, and the board as well.
All right, thank you.
Just to reiterate, I know he had mentioned moving along about the Star Road, length. It's .15, I think everywhere you go here in the town hall, it's .15. I'm sure your road list this year will say the same.
Last 65 years.
Yeah, so, when you do consider this driveway permit, it's .15. Property doesn't even touch a town road. I mean, it's gonna make it denied. Thank you.
Anybody else? This report?
Just a question about the roads. You're gonna be doing the budgets now. Is there anything that's gonna be put in the budgets to redo the lines in the town? The main roads are really good.
They
but
paint the lines?
Paint them, correct. I travel the back roads quite often, and it's very dark, and especially on a rainy night, the lines have totally faded. And when you get a car coming with their high beams on, it's very easy to lose the road. So I was just wondering if that's gonna be considered to repaint the lines.
That will be considered. There is some money through NECOG to paint lines. Of course, that is done during the summer months, by the temperature on the road and so forth. I've already started discussions with NECOG as to what we can get out of there that's available to help offset our budget and get these lines painted,
Great,
because they need to be done.
oh, they do,
Yes, I agree.
thank you.
You're welcome. Don,
What are those potholes you're talking about?
I was gonna take it after the meeting.
Oh, okay,
That's all.
two potholes in the new road. So now you know. My other thing is, we talked about litigation with the Star Road thing. If the opponent decides to take the town of Townsend to court, he has to bring me, my wife, and the Livingstones with you. He has no choice. We're abutters. And I'm willing to go the distance, because I have enough information to go the distance. I just wanted to put that out there because I'm not afraid to challenge anything. I have all the information, and I just want you guys to know that it's .15 as of right now, regardless of the letter from the attorney. It was in there, .15. So, it should be a decision that shouldn't take forever to come up with, either side should get an answer. And I believe the town foreman was not gonna approve that permit, but he just left it up there. And, I think for the record, no one's brought it to the attention to Steve. I don't know if you know this. Shana knows it, Mr. Bosley knows it. And on Mr. Lanky's last day in office, he went down to that town barn and shook up Leo a little bit and told him to get his butt up there and approve Star Road so Mr. Rawson could access his property. Leo refused. I also know that he was told that he wanted him fired for insubordination. Leo handed his keys to Mr. Lanky. Mr. Lanky did not take the keys. Leo said, if you can do a better job, here you go. Mr. Lanky left at noontime on that day. Last day of office, he went down to that town barn. That should be public enough. That should go to the chief state's attorney's office. One of our town employees was shooken up down there. Shouldn't happen. That's a very vital thing that should go to the chief state attorney's office. It should be mentioned. And, I asked Leo, in front of Mr. Bosley, while Shana was at the desk, this is not something I'm making up, this happened, and I think it should be publicly known that it happened. And it should not be tolerated in the town of Townsend. That's it, thank you.
Anybody else? Mr. Crowell.
Mike Kroll, Walker Drive. I do wanna say thank you to you people for serving. It's not an easy job, it's gonna get a lot worse as it goes on.
Just blew it.
Do we have an escape clause?
These are little issues, and I don't believe they are going to go away, and they're just going to build and build. So, I just wanna say thank you for what you do. That's all, thank you.
Anybody else? Oh, good, tax refund. We get to give some money back. All right, David and Dorothy Berry, $589 I make a motion that we refund the following. David and Dorothy Berry, $589.14. Again, David and Dorothy Berry, $445.26. Kevin Drew, $359.87. Nicole Marion Yannick, $23.88. Rebecca McGlynn, $12.30. Cynthia Trainer, $197.51. LT Wheels Limited, $152.15. Raymond Williams, $33.08. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Motion passed. Okay, motion to adjourn,
So moved.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight.
Oh, you're welcome.